Joined now down the line by Daniel Hodson, former CEO and financial director of Nationwide, and of course before that one of the bosses of the life market in the City of London. Daniel, have I got anything wrong here? I mean, she breached confidentiality, she broke the FCA rule book, she lied about it, and the board tried to cover it up.
You're absolutely right. You put it beautifully, Nigel, as always. And I agree with you absolutely in principle. I think there's an awful lot of answering to be done here. I think one of the most fascinating things is to see what result comes out of this investigation. Because, you know, the relationship between a chairman and a chief executive is very close indeed. Certainly that's my experience. And It's almost symbiotic. And you cannot believe that a lot of what was going on before it all became public was actually known not only to Sir Howard Davis, but also to the board. And it would be very interesting to see whether Mr. Chris Hale and Travis Smith actually uncover this. I also totally agree with your point about there being one rule for the senior people and one rule for the ordinary person. This is absolutely the most egregious breach of confidentiality, something one's taught from the very beginning in banking. And it's a terrible shame because it's undermining our prime industry just at the moment when we need it most badly, because to shore up our economy, we've got all sorts of regulatory opportunities yet to be fulfilled. And we need to get it going much, much better than it is without this kind of distraction.
Well, I agree, Daniel, because, you know, financial services is Britain's biggest industry, and these actions, frankly, have trashed our reputation around the world. Now, look, you're a man of great influence in this whole financial world. Can't you have a word with the Chancellor of the Exchequer? Can't you have a word with the government? Because they hold in trust 39% of the shares of this bank. We are, jointly and collectively, the biggest shareholders. And I just don't see how Dame Alison and Sir Howard can be allowed to get away with this.
Well, I think it's the board too, and as you would no doubt know, there are all sorts of communications with both the Chancellor and indeed the City Minister on this particular score. It's very, very important for the future. And I think that it's important also, if the money does go to Dame Alison, and this is perhaps something for your viewers to consider, that if she gets all that money, why doesn't she give it to charity? And you might even ask your viewers what sort of charity she might give it to. She might think about giving it to debanked charities. Or she might think about giving it, you know, to homeless or invalided armed forces personnel who are sleeping on the streets, compared with some one or two illegal people coming into this country via the channel. How about that for a thought, Nigel?
Very good thought indeed, Daniel. Delighted that you joined me and commented the way that you did. And please put some influence on the government. You've got more power than I've got in this regard.
We're doing
Daniel
our best,
Hodson,
Nigel.
thank you. You certainly are. Thank you.